Efendim Akustik Ayna'ya hoş geldiniz. Bugün konuğumuz Låpsley. Hey there, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
We're fine. We're so happy you are here.
Thank you. Thanks for having
How
me.
it is going lately?
Oh, it's been a very busy year. I've set up my own label, Her Own Recordings, and I've just brought out my fourth album.
Yeah,
I'm a Hurricane. I'm a Woman in Love.
I think things are going very well for you.
Thank
people
you.
are more and more getting used to you and listen to your music, and also we love your music. I think it's cool. Today we have listened to the acoustic versions of the songs, and we loved it again. Why did you establish your own label? What happened?
I think I've been in this industry a decade, and I started off with XL Recordings, and I was in a much more like electronic space. So my first introduction to the music industry was kind of with a full-on team, and in a way I feel like they were guiding me to the direction that they wanted. And over the course of my career, I've slowly got more and more independent, and so it's culminated with me finding the funding and finding the right team to be able to establish my own label. And then I think with that newfound confidence, I've been able to make my fourth record, the record I've always wanted to make, which is in much more an indie direction and less from an electronic direction. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to produce anything.
Well, I started off producing everything,
Yeah.
and now I have like a team of two people that I work with. I'm quite like a close-knit team. For example, I made this record mainly with a producer called Greg Abrahams in South Africa. So there's definitely, it's a bit like a concept record in a way, because we made it in this beautiful studio in South Africa and locked ourselves in there for weeks to create this sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. How do you pick your songs?
Oh, in terms of picking them from like a longer list for the record,
Yeah.
I think I'm very like narrative driven. So the words are at the center of my world when it comes to music. And so I wanted to tell the story of something that happened in my life, which was I ended up in a relationship with two people and trying to navigate that kind of three-way relationship, and then ultimately end up with only one of them. I documented throughout the whole record. And so I wanted to show the highs and lows of that within the record, within the song choice. So within that, there's not just like the difficult times, there's also like a celebration of the love of both people. And then there's also like the aftermath looking back. So yeah, we enter the record with a powerful statement with Hurricane, and then we finish the record with maybe a bit more of a melancholy tone. Yeah.
It's crazy that you put your own feelings into words and also put a great music on it, and we listen to them, but we don't get what you want to tell us. We get what we want to hear from it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best thing about music, that it holds up a mirror to your own experience, and you take what you want.
Yeah. What's your next step?
Oh, my next step. I mean, I also work as a writer, so I've been writing for a lot of people at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue with that, and hopefully, well, I need to live a bit before I start writing. So I'm going to spend the next few months living my life, working out my relationship, improving stuff with my friends, and then I think in the autumn I'll probably get back in the studio and document how I feel about that.
What's the exact date for the new album? You have one.
It keeps changing. I think it's May. I'm sure. Do you know what? We can put a banner that pops up with the correct date. The correct date here.
Okay. So we are coming from Istanbul. We have a great music scene.
Yeah.
Do you ever listen to Turkish music? You know anything about Turkish music scene?
I've grown up with friends from Turkey. And they played me bits and bobs, but it's not really a country that I've dived in and heard their music. But I'd love for you to send me a playlist or a list of things for my entry point in.
I think we have a great music scene, and I think you'll be very welcome in Istanbul music scene. Do you ever plan to come to Istanbul?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
It's funny, I live in a very Turkish area in East London.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I'm in the center of the culture, but now I just need to work out
These
the
days there are
music
lots of
and do a
people
trip.
coming from Turkey to London.
Yeah.
It's keep expanding the number. Sometimes I hear much more Turkish. In
Yeah,
some
then you do
streets.
English. Yeah. It's cool.
It's cool. Yeah. So, what do you listen in your own time?
I really liked McGee's last record. That was quite a big influence. I tend to go, in terms of like influences for my music, I tend to go back to the past, like lots of like Fleetwood Mac and Joni Mitchell. Yeah, old music with big narratives.
Yeah. And all-time favorite song?
All-time favorite song. Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I think Blue by Joni Mitchell, and they have a line which is blue songs are like tattoos.
Yeah.
And I have a tattoo. I think it's there or there.
Yeah.
That says blue, and that's my homage to that song.
Today we heard lots of Joni Mitchell. Before we were interviewing with Morgan Harper Jones, and also all-time
I love
best
Morgan
song.
Harper Jones.
Yeah, all-time best. She said a song from Joni Mitchell, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same song, but I don't remember.
What are the chances?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you write your songs? What's your process about it?
I'd say I tend to go towards the piano initially, and the lyrics and the top line come together at the same time. I know some people write, endless poems, and then so the words come first and then the music, or vice versa. But mine's quite like a quick process, and I always think if it's not coming quickly, it's probably not worth it as an idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different way of thinking. I also write lyrics, but it comes fast.
Yeah.
I write it like in 2 minutes, then I start to change it.
Yeah. You need that initial like state of play
Yeah.
to be able to get it all out. Yeah.
Yeah. How many songs do you have right now?
Out.
Yeah.
Well, the record's 11, and then I think this is the 4th record, and I've had 4 albums and 3 EPs. So if you count that, it must be like 20, 30. I've probably got about 50 songs out in total after this record.
In terms of changing times, you are adapting your music and yourself to news. So how does it going in your life? What changed in your life that you got off from electronic?
I think a lifestyle change. I kind of grew up going to raves and being involved in rave culture.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because like a lot of like popular music at the moment is diving into rave culture, and I'm so glad that it has its time. But as I'm getting older, I'm actually stepping away from the rave and going more into live music spaces and exploring more with like guitar and drums. And guitar was like one of my favorite first instruments that I learned, but I never really played it in the first few records. Yeah. Also, it's quite bold to do like a big band indie record with like 80s references. And I thought, this is the time.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice having you here.
Thank you.
We thank you a lot. I wish you the best in your career, and also I hope you come to Istanbul and we'll have a gig together, and we'll be there.
I'd love
with
that.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, if you have any message to Turkish audience, it is time for them to listen to your music.
I want to say thanks for supporting my music so far. I can see on my Spotify that I have listeners in Turkey, and I hope you enjoy this new record and continue supporting. Thank you.
Thank you. Bu programımızı da sonlandırıyoruz. Müzikle devam ediyoruz.